So, side note, last video, we found out super creepy sickle man on the edge there. Yeah, he shows up now. I can't tell you exactly if he'll get closer or not. I hope to God not. I don't want this to turn out into like one of those stupid Facebook videos. You remember those like a few years back? Like creepy like ring girl, like everything's fine and then bah. Yeah, I don't want that. Not about that life. But yeah, he moves across that ridge. Like after I had saved everything and I got back to this window. He was closer to the left, like right up on that ridge. And just stands there. I'm gonna get you. Nobody needs this. So yeah, hubby's asleep. So it's a wee bit of we're going to talk softly. But I enjoy the fact that this game's like, be careful who you talk to, like Ghostwise and stuff like that. And it doesn't actually give you a choice. Like, you have to do everything, otherwise you cannot progress. So, this cat. But yeah, so we've gone to the church and the graveyard, found more stuff. Actually got like super creeped out by super creepy ghost guy who I think's an Aegor. Or an Aegir, and he's aware of you. I'm not about this life. Oh god. So we're gonna go back to Saxton because we have a flyer to give Nanny Noah. Mm-hmm. Like, I should drink more water one day. I'll get there. But for now, it's vanilla Coke. I'm about this life. Come on, let's go through the creepy cave. Tough guy. Make sure the mic's close enough to my mouth, but not underneath my nose, so I'm not breathing into it, because nobody likes a heavy breather. But yeah, so I find it interesting that super creepy Mr. Russell seems to be like kind of like stuck in like settlers' days, like pilgrimage days or whatever, and the Carmichaels? No, that's the wrong name. People that live in the old Aegir's place seem to be like in the 60s. Like they kind of all live in a different generation, which is really weird. Like the church graveyard and stuff like that was like separated by something, like it was mirroring itself a little bit. So that was interesting. And all of a sudden I had to be. Wait. Oh, it's open.
Good afternoon. May I explore the museum?
Of course. That's why it's here.
Thanks. I'm Nigel, by the way. Nigel Danvers.
How interesting. I'm Oogle, Professor Oogle, the curator of this museum.
I mean, if you're gonna be a professor of something and work at a place, working in a museum being called Oogle is very fitting.
Is there an entrance fee?
Normally, yes. But the museum is free during public holidays.
You got lucky, Bonk.
Should I be looking out for anything in particular?
Many of our exhibits are unusual or rare. What were you looking for in particular?
What can you tell me about the lost Anglo-Saxon crown?
Is it lost? Something that has yet to be found is not necessarily lost.
I'm not sure I understand.
If something has remained hidden through centuries of upheaval and mischief, do you really think you have the right to disturb its slumber?
So that always gets kind of repeated in like the same, not the same way, but like in different ways or whatever. Like it's like kind of like, who are you to like go out of your way and try to find something that isn't like yours, that doesn't need to be found. So yeah, no.
Does the name Ager mean anything to you?
The Agers lived for many centuries out by Northfield. The family home still stands on Raven Lane.
Where can I learn more about them?
Here, of course. There are some exhibits with Ager connections. The murder and the mystery man may well be of interest.
Could I borrow an exhibit for a séance or similar experiment?
The answer is no. Be warned, our security cameras are everywhere. We see all.
He's on to you, boy. On to you.
May I ask you about something else?
Yes, but do make your mind up.
Is the museum haunted?
Saxon has many old buildings, young man, which have played host to many characters. I believe some may be reluctant to leave the homes they once knew.
Would it be possible to return here tonight to ghost hunt?
Certainly not. Some of our exhibits are priceless. We can't have students running around looking for ghouls and goblins.
Thank you for your time.
Knew it.
It is my job to help. Information is free, but feel free to donate to our fund.
Mind if I take a leaflet?
Yes, that's definitely possible.
Pretty essentially looked. I love museums, but they're so creepy. The Three Kings of Saxton History tells us that three Anglo-Saxon men ruled the area we now know as Saxon from the 5th century. They were Aldwulf and his two sons Gunwulf and Pindred. Aldwulf made the briny seaside his kingdom, with Pindred based in Ulcombe. Little is known about Gunwulf, although his kingdom is believed to be located in the farmlands north of Saxon, now known simply as Northfield. Arriving in wooden boats after the departure of Romans, these men were highly skilled in craft, land management, and animal husbandry. The existing tribes of Anglia required strong, knowledgeable, and supportive rulers, so the established way of the Northeast Europeans proved invaluable. Centuries after his death, the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle remembers Eadwulf as a mannered and intelligent man whose sons carried on his good work for many decades. Their influence and way of life still echoes throughout modern Anglia and beyond. Huh.
That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
No photography, filming, or tampering in the museum.
He's on to me. Big Brother's watching. Some interesting facts about Saxon Museum. The museum was converted in the 1950s to the feast of displays and exhibits you see today. Don't miss the Saxon monster, a magnificent fossil discovered along the Saxon coastline. Learn about the Anglo-Saxon kings who ruled this area over 1,000 years ago. Indulge your passion for our local flora and fauna by visiting Saxon Museum's library. New Haddon Industries have donated several interactive touchscreen panels. Feel free to learn more about the town by poking and prodding these new additions. That's not a coincidence. Okay. Don't forget, Saxon Museum is free during public holidays. A small charge is made at other times. Please visit the official website further. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm a peeping Tom. Sorry. The Saxon warrior, this battle helmet was discovered along the southeast coastline after coastal erosion destroyed a large stretch of the crumbling natural sea defense. The helmet is thought to belong to Gunwulf, son of Aldwulf and brother to Pindred. Gunwulf is believed to have ruled the area now known as Saxon, although his crown and dynasty are unknown to modern history. It is a replica. Is that the church? It is. Okay. Oh, I started it over again. It's like clickbait. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Pardon me, sorry. Like it's a whole bunch of clues. It's like Shaggy. Like a creepier version of like Scooby-Doo.
Many archaeologists believe there is treasure hidden out there in the fens.
Spivey's scope. In 1892, Walter Spivey, famed sea captain, found himself lost in a thick north fog and heading for the rocks near the Martello Tower. Using his trusty telescope, Spivey was able to spot the church tower at Ilcombe peeping out from over the grey spectral mist. Realizing the ship's proximity to the rocks, Spivey was able to avert disaster and swore that his telescope would bring good luck to all that had the good fortune to employ its use.
The museum is based in Saxon's old town hall, built around 1890.
There's thumping behind it. What?
Be sure to check the upper gallery to view some of our artistic masterpieces. The new video panels can be found in the butterfly room and upper gallery.
penetrating eyes. They follow you around.
Do browse the library for books about Saxton and beyond.
Okay. Olden families of Angilia. The Russets. Olden. Okay. The earliest mention of the Russet family tree in Angilia is from the Domesday Book of 1086 covering Saxton. The entry states that the Russets owned and farmed the land between Currion Wood and Saxton. The land was mostly silt until the Middle Ages, when much of the land was drained of the Finland water and made suitable for the growing of crops, and much later the planting of orchards, for which the family would become famous. Yeah, because it had their descendants must be the guy that had the apples, the apple train. Hill House at Elcombe became the family home after construction was completed in 1547. The house stands on the original site of the Russet home, of which no record survives. Many believe the crypt of Ilcombe Church joined the original house by a series of passageways and tunnels. Local legend tells of a smuggling and piracy along that stretch of the coast, but nothing has been confirmed. It is known, however, that many members of the family died during both the Black Death and the Great Plague. In later years, the Russet family spread beyond the borders of Angilia, some immigrating to the shores of Canada, Australia, and America. Few family members remain in the country, although a small group are thought to live and work around the lost medieval village of Northfield. The Agors. Thought to be Saxton in origin. Okay. We've seen that picture before, by the way, guys. And a fucking nightmare. Once a large and wealthy and well-known family, the Agors have since vanished from Angilia completely. Partial immigration during the Victorian era saw many leave these shores to benefit from rich opportunity in the colonies. Of those that remained, four brothers figure predominantly in the area of Saxton and Northfield, where they owned a house on Raven Lane. There seems to be some historical confusion as to which brothers lived at the house and their correct ages. Thomas Agar is listed on the rood screen at Northfield Church as being rector of the parish in 1799. Look at the sounds. This seems utterly impossible given that the very same Thomas Agar appears in the family portrait of 1899. Either the brothers had a peculiar sense of humor, or Thomas Agar lived to be 100 or more. Of the brothers, it is Frederick Agar who is best known due to his work modernizing the town of Saxton, which includes the construction of the net shore and rebuilding of the harbor wall, no mean feat, in 1847. Nathaniel Agar is known for very little, although his life and attitude would suggest he craved fame, fortune, and power. It is rumored that a great ornate stone tomb containing his remains lies beneath the huge pipe organ at Ilcombe Church. The organ itself, a monstrous machine powered by steam, was designed and built by Nathaniel himself. It is also thought that construction of the organ drove the remaining family members into utter poverty. William Agar, the last of the Angilian family line, died alone, unloved, and poor at the family home in Northfield, babbling about a great secret that he must share. Of its validity and importance to Saxton, Agar was most insistent. Sadly, William died during the night of a terrible fever before he was able to share his burden. Academics have theorized that William and his brothers were connected to the legend of the lost Anglo-Saxon crown, but it has never been substantiated. Well, of course not. That's another name we've seen. The Gurney family were once known throughout Anglia. They arrived, as many did, after the Norman invasion of 1066, taking land in Anglia, Cornwall, and Kent. The Gurney family soon became generous landowners and kind to those who tended their lands. The Gurney fields were abundant with crops, fruit, and livestock, meaning the family prospered throughout their existence. Many weddings and well-thought partnerships saw the family increase both wealth and good health until the outbreak of the plague in the 15th century. The Gurneys of Anglia were struck the meanest of blows when virtually all the family perished in just one fortnight. Gradually, by the late 17th century, the family had increased to a healthy state and would enjoy their previous prosperity for many decades to come. The most famous Gurney in Anglia would have to be Nicholas. Is that old Nick? Born in 1756, died in 1799. So he was 43. A collector of art, Nicholas was well known throughout the fashionable gallery district of Monrovia, London, where he often threw great parties and concerts in aid of charity and artistic endeavors. Fancying himself an adventurer, Gurney was an impassioned student of antiques, both at home and abroad. Yeah. In his last years, Gurney embarked on his most audacious adventure to locate and exhibit the last Anglo-Saxon crown of Anglia, a legend relic thought to be hidden in the landscape of Saxton. Sadly, Gurney never found his treasure. His mutilated body was discovered near the family home at Northfield. His body rests in the church at Northfield under the grand effigy designed by Gurney himself. Of his great art collection, several pieces remain mysterious in origin but take pride in place upon the walls of the greatest art galleries. So, I wasn't done with that. Is that it? Okay. So this probably has to do with the stone carvings on the walls and stuff. I'm not gonna read it. I will pause for a second on each page so it gives you guys time to pause it and read it for yourself. If I was to read it out loud, there'd be way too much reading and everybody would be like, oh my god, you done yet? So, yeah, that's...
The May Day Fair will be held on Saxton Shore this Monday.
Saxton monster. The fossil you see before you is not that of a monster, but of a North Sea trilobite. It was discovered in 1900 by workmen converting Saxton's Matilla Tower to a lighthouse to the southeast of the town. With no knowledge of the prehistoric period, the workmen believed they had unearthed a corpse of a frightful creature from the country's mythology. Cool. Why we gotta be with the sounds? What
Don't
is
forget to
this?
explore the mystery surrounding the Saxton skeleton.
The Saxon Caverns, this natural warren of caves and tunnels, has existed since prehistoric times and has attracted geologists, archaeologists, and paranormal enthusiasts. Some say it is near impossible to measure the exact length of the caves, as they appear to change with each visit. While they're caves, and caves are usually made by water. So, it's not that odd that they change. Polite warning to the curious. The local police encourage visitors to visit the first few meters of the caves, but not to venture any further. It is all too easy to become disoriented in the dark, damp, and deep caves. Please enjoy the caves, but do not put your life or loved ones at risk. What is this? Is that a door opening, or is that, like... Emily Travers in the 1940s saw a tragedy in the Saxon Caverns. Emily Travers, the daughter of the local doctor, is thought to have perished in or near the caves after being overcome by strong Angelian tides. Although her body has never been recovered, her spectacles were discovered washed up on the beach some days after her disappearance. Emily was a regular sight to all the local people, who described the young lady as warm, generous, and loved by all. Is that the Harbor House? Yeah, it is. Okay. Arriving in Saxton just after the war, Eduardo de Molina made a definite and lasting impression on the small town. Over the years, the Anguillian coast has seen much in the way of trade, tourism, and visitors, but Molina's sharp suits and flamboyant air were very exotic to the simple people of the area. Sadly, Eduardo committed suicide only a few years after his arrival. By this time, he had acquired property such as the Watch House, Harbor Cottage, and Dickens House. In fact, his body was found in Harbor Cottage, dangling between the trapdoor and lower levels. It is not known why Eduardo had chosen to hang himself in such a fashion, but local gossip hinted that he experienced a great disappointment a few days before his death. It is believed that he had been searching for something connected with his family or business. What is that? What's that supposed to signify? Life and times of a Saxton building. All the buildings of Saxton have undergone many changes over the passing centuries, none more so than the humble Harbor Cottage, perched on the edge of the inner harbor wall. The cottage was once the winching store, which housed a complex series of gears, pulleys, and ropes. Fishing boats would sail into the archway to the rear of the building and unload their briny catch. Now I feel like I'm not reading all of them. In later years, the archway was walled up, with the small building converted into a dwelling for visiting fisher folk and those seeking shelter from the harsh North Sea. By now, the building has 2 floors, one for storing boats and equipment, and an upper floor level for accommodation. A treacherous open trapdoor joined the two. The building's later history was more mysterious. It came under the ownership of Eduardo de Molina, a well-hailed merchant from southern Spain. His business in the town and his need to buy property was never clear. Before Eduardo committed suicide in the 1950s, the story and the further history of the cottage are explored below. Customs and superstition. The fisher folk, townspeople, and visitors have reported hearing a woman's voice emanating from the cave entrance on dark afternoons. Some say it sounds like a sad song, where others hear wailing or cries for help.
You can marvel at our fine collection of butterflies.
Some believe it is Emily's voice which has been heard calling from the Saxton Caverns, nicknamed the Siren Caverns, or Siren's Cave, or singing on the spring breeze. Local fisherfolk refuse to leave the harbor if the sound of Emily's voice is heard. They believe she is attempting to warn them of impending doom on the North Sea. Fisherfolk the world over are highly superstitious people. Even today, Emily's presence is felt around the town. A keen botanist, Emily was often to be found exploring the woodlands and cliff tops around the town Lupin, looking for rare plants and flowers. Some say it was her inquisitive nature that led to her untimely death. Of further note, Emily's beloved squire, a terrier, is often seen around town. The lovable animal was said to search the town for his kindly owner. He died exactly 1 year after Emily's death.
Take the weight off your feet and watch our film about the town.
There's definitely something. I should listen to the recording.
Reading. Lots of reading. It's a museum. We're going to read. The Northfield skeleton, 1927, saw horror come to Saxon when a partly decomposed body was discovered in Coryon Wood near the village of Northfield. Police detectives of the time presumed the man had died of exposure while sleeping rough in the woods and scrub, but further scientific examination revealed the man had been brutally murdered. He received several lethal slashes to the head with a rusting blade. Several items were discovered scattered around the area. That's got to be not Nathaniel William Thomas, and I forget what the other brother. I think it's the other brother that I forget his name. The guy pictured in the portrait. The weapon, a rusting scythe, was found 3 days after the body near Ravens Lane and Ager House. William Ager, resident, was questioned by the police but released without charge. A battered hat, a dirty miller's hat, was discovered on the boundary of the woods sometime after the murder. It is unknown whether this item has any connection with the crime. Did it belong to the mystery victim? A guidebook. Clark's Guide to the Antiques of Anglia was found near the woodland path and lane to Northfield Church. The body was not discovered for another 3 years. The book contains entries covering Ager House and Northfield Church. Was the mystery man a tourist exploring the country's monuments and older houses? Who is the mystery man? Years of investigation by the Anglian police forces found no substantial clues as to the identity of the mystery man and why he was killed. The body...
I'll make a note.
The body, now in skeletal form, is on show in Saxony Museum along with a few items connected with the case. Locals are still hopeful that the identity of the poor soul will be revealed so his body may be laid to rest. In more recent times, facial reconstruction science has enabled us to suggest the appearance of the man based on his bone structure, genetics, and forensics discovered at the crime. We need your help. Call this number if you can.
Ager House, Raven Lane, Northfield.
Nestled in the leafy lanes of Northfield, the Agar Farm is a distinct reminder of times gone by. Standing proud alongside Corian Wood, the house and surrounding farmland predate the Black Death. Sadly, the farm is one of the only few buildings left to show where the village of Northfield had its center. The house itself is currently occupied, but the admission was refused by the current owner. Northfield Church stands overlooking Great Fenland. To the north of Saxon, away from the briny water, the forests and farms have been allowed to flourish. The church itself is an architectural oddity with pagan roots and a commanding Norman tower. The inside also offers a few wonders for the wandering enthusiast. The effigy of Nicholas Gurney dominates the chapel. Visiting the church is no easy task, as it There's the church. Did I look at everything? Did not.
Beakers and pots. Discovered in the woods and fields around Northfield, they are thought to be 4,000 years old. The Saxton Claw, originally thought to be Grindel's Claw, by the dragon-fearing folk of ages past. This fossil is thought to date from the Jurassic era. The Suicide's Noose. A grisly reminder of Edward Molina's fate. The local businessman and celebrity killed himself in the late 1950s.
There's definitely something. I should listen to the recording.
There has been a settlement in this harbour since Neolithic times.
The Last Trumpet. A surviving musical instrument from Saxton's long-lost brass band.
Sorry, my cats are being buttheads.
Nautical history. These items were donated by Walter Spivey, famed seaman of the Saxton Seas.
Been saying his name wrong the whole time.
The Sax. A replica Saxon sword, based upon a priceless item found in the murky swamps of Sedgemarsh. The secret Saxton recipe. Discovered in the basement of the Lighthouse Cafe, this ancient recipe is thought to be Anglo-Saxon in origin. Saxton Punch. A flask of Saxton Punch, a strong medieval beverage. Discovered in the wine cellar of the Bear. Railway memorabilia. The old station clock and a trackman's lantern. Old-time music. Old gramophone recordings, donated by Wesley Russet after their discovery in Oakham Church.
Many archaeologists believe there is treasure hidden out there in the fens.
large black crows. I don't think I should be down here.
The museum is based in Saxon's old town hall, built around 1890. Be sure to check the upper gallery to view the museum will be closing in 10 minutes. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Three crowns. A link to the legend.
Yeah.
The new video panels can be found in the butterfly room and upper gallery.
It's a symbol.
The museum is open from 11 AM to 6 PM, except on public holidays.
There's definitely something. I should listen to the recording.
The Tree of Crows, unknown and dates around 1800. Mystery surrounds this stylized depiction of an oak tree with crows. And crows. There are no records of the painting being commissioned, nor is there an artist's mark to be found anywhere within the brush strokes. A scientific examination by historians using X-ray technique proved futile, as the oil pigments seemed to defy the scanner. The beautiful piece of art, which will forever remain a mystery.
You browse the library for books about Saxton and beyond. The museum will be closing.
having too fucking
The May Day Fair will be held on Saxon Shore this
Children.
Monday.
toddler age.
Don't forget to explore the mysteries surrounding the Saxon skeleton.
Stop it.
You can marvel at our fine collection of butterflies. Take the weight off your feet and watch our film about the town. There has been a settlement in this harbour since Neolithic times. Many archaeologists believe there is treasure hidden out there in the fens. The museum is based in Saxon's old town hall, built around 1890. Be sure to check the upper gallery to view some of our artistic masterpieces. The new video
Alright,
cast
I can't.
can be found in the butterfly room and upper gallery. The museum is open from 11 AM to 6 PM, except on public holidays.
Oh, here you are.
Hello, George.
Well, sit down, boy. I'll put the kettle on.
West Bangle, 3, 19 miles, 1027, rising slowly. Bridlington, east northeast, 11 miles, 1027, rising slowly. Sangatte vessel directed, northeast 5, 11 miles, 1027, rising slowly.
I've had quite a day.
I can see. You must tell me about it. But first you must have some questions or something to show me.
Can you take a look at this item?
Of course, I'll help if I can.
I have this from Northville Church.
Oh goodness, funeral service? And so soon?
The vicar told me to bring it to you.
Vicar at Northville? That was quick. Oh, thank you, Nigel. Yes, thank you. I shall get trimming and strimming later tonight. Poor Evelyn.
Can I ask about Northville Church?
Of course, I'll help if I can.
I believe Northville Church is haunted.
Oh, without doubt. Who do you think it is?
I'm not sure, but all clues are pointing towards the Agers.
The Agers? Oh, Nigel. You're going to have to take care.
Why? Is there something I should know?
Brothers, 4 of them, all connected to the local churches.
Yes, Thomas Ager was a rector at Northfield.
Ha! Dark-hearted heathen that he was. Nasty man.
Was it Thomas that's haunting the church?
I'm revisiting the church later tonight.
How? It's a jolly long way and there's no night bus.
The train tracks lead to Carrion Wood from Sedgemarsh Station.
In that case, you must take this charm.
I felt there was someone or something watching me from the railway sidings.
I know, Nigel. Be careful tonight.
I met Mr. Russet, the gravedigger.
Wesley Russet is as old as these fens.
He talked about the old ways.
Did he now? We'll have to talk about that, you and I.
Have I done something wrong?
No, not at all. You're just not ready for such things.
May I ask about something else?
Of course, I'll help if I can.
You were right about the antique shop.
Oh, Nigel, I told you not to visit. Curiosity killed the cat, you know.
Speaking of cats, there seem to be a few missing.
Yes, vanished without trace, dratted creatures.
Not a feline fan, eh?
Oh, not at all. George loathes the things.
The museum presented many mysteries.
It hides more mystery than it exhibits. Dig deep, my boy. The answers are there to find.
As well as more questions, I expect.
Oh, now, that's enough chatter for now. Give me your hand.
Why? What do you want to do?
Read your palm, of course. Come.
I like her.
Firstly, Nigel, we shall look at your lifeline. It's this crease here, which runs from the side to the base of your hand. You have the best kind of lifeline, which is strong and clearly marked. This indicates good health and vitality. Secondly, above the lifeline is the second most important marking in palmistry. The headline here is separate from your lifeline, indicating a logical and direct way of thinking. The depth of this line also indicates you have a good memory, which is always a good thing. Next, your heart line, which is here from the centre finger to the left of your palm. Yours begins at the middle finger, which indicates you have a materialistic look upon life and love. These small broken lines indicate you have been unlucky in love. Lastly, your hand is square in shape, very square in fact. This suggests you're a hard-working, dedicated and earthy individual. This is a good sign. It means you have good values and provide much for those you know and work with. Is this your first palm reading?
Yes, actually. I didn't realise the palm could be so revealing.
Was it accurate?
Ah, that would be telling. For now, I can tell you it was spookily accurate. They used to burn people for these kind of skills, you know.
I know, superstitious fools. Even isolated villages like Saxton were ransacked by witch hunters, angry torch-bearing thugs, and the paranoid religious zealots of the Abbey. I believe the innocent people, burned to lives, still haunt this town. They are seeking justice for their deaths. A terrible business.
You playing with before?
I have added any new evidence to the collection.
So, I'm looking at my palm because I have had my palm read before. That's why I was doing it. I can't remember what they had said at the time. But yeah, Palm Street's pretty cool.
A recording from the museum skeleton.
That sounded like Garrett's laugh.
Strange sounds recorded from the painting Tree of Crows. An eerie recording from the museum's Noose exhibit. A recording from the church sanctuary.
Go, go. Leave this place. What the shit?
A recording from the church pews.
Yeah, because that sounds like... What is it? Sounds like...
A recording from the museum skeleton.
Did you hear it?
Has someone been here?
What? I'm gonna slap a on that. Nope. Oh. I might, just for propriety's sake or whatever, eventually at some point go through and see if I can find anything online that kind of tells you exactly what there's being said. So, just for curiosity's sake, make sure I'm actually hearing what I think I'm hearing. A return to Corian Woods. It is time to return to the Corian Woods in Northfield Church. I must remember what Catherine Carswell and Nanny Noah have said about the train tracks. What is the strange item the old woman gave me? Is it a protective charm, an effigy, or just a new age nonsense? Be wary of the train tracks when exploring. Meet with Bob Twanny at the Bear. He'd said he'd have something for me. try to observe more at the Harbor Cottage. Go to Northfield. Does Nicholas Gurney haunt the place? Do the Eager brothers still have any power over the churchyard's graveyard? I'm gonna go with a big bet yes. And they probably have power over where the hell you're staying at too, sir. Throwing that out there. It's embedded in the table.
What was that sound? What was that sound? I want to know who or what is in there first. I can't see anyone inside, but is it safe? What on earth is that?
I don't wanna.
Nothing ventured.
Turn the light on, turn the light on. Jesus Christ.
What the hell were those things? Phantoms?
Dude, I'm gonna cry. Fuck this.
That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. I already have a photograph of this. Nothing. Perhaps I should try another gadget.
can't say this before. Wait, there's a second one that shows up on the right here, but when you look at the other window, it doesn't show up. No.
I have added any new evidence to the collection.
Alright, so. Oh god. I am going to go ahead. See, he moves. Moves. Where is he? He's gone now. What the fuck? I'm gonna leave this right where it is. I'll record another video tomorrow. Or whenever I put this up. I probably already have a video recorded again of it. I'm probably pushing about 2 hours now. Because now it's starting to pick up and it's getting really weird. So yeah, I'm not playing Creepy Scary part at night by myself. Not happening. So, yeah. So I will have a video recorded and uploaded here soon following this one. I have to edit both the previous one and this one, which I will do tonight or tomorrow. I'll probably just do it tomorrow and have everything all ready, and like I'll slowly upload everything over the course of a day or two. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had to put a warning in on this one. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.